as Merrick mentioned, we began our process with the discover phase or research. And as he so eloquently pointed out, we dove into a lot of competitive and comparative analysis. I'm going to begin looking at the competitors. So you can see we dove into quite a few other resellers in similar marketplace scenarios. One that I'm going to dive into a little deeper, though, is Blink. Blink is a major US competitor. Their parent company, Aptoro, has a very similar business model to our client, Rebolet, and Blink would be their B2C or business to consumer marketplace. So they gave us a lot of inspiration, especially in the user interface and how things were laid out. And a few specifics I'd like to show you. Starting here, this is a Blink product page. Nothing too remarkable here, except for what we were really focused in on was how they handled the question of product condition, again, being a reseller, as well as the limited stock that Merrick also mentioned. Here you can see it's a brand new item. It tells you that it's in the retail packaging and that there was one left. I've got another example that shows you how they might change product to product. This one, these pillows, it's like new condition, open box. You can see it immediately tells you what that means, building trust and transparency right from the start. Again, we've got one left in stock, but this one goes further to show you that one person already has this item in their cart. So that creates an instant dialogue with the user. If they want this, if they're really urgent about it, they know they need to move quickly. Furthermore, Blink does a wonderful job of creating that trust with reviews throughout the site. Now, since the stock is always changing, reviews aren't necessarily linked to individual products, but the site itself. So reviews such as this are found all over, from the homepage to the product pages, letting you know that other users have found success in their shipping, in the accuracy of their rating system, customer service, all the things really core to the brand and making that great relationship with the users. One other thing that Blink does really well is focusing and putting right up front their sustainability efforts. Here on their homepage, they put sustainability second only to the hero right there, letting users know that they're doing good with their shopping. Furthermore, when you click on learn more, you immediately get taken to their full mission on sustainability. In addition, their sustainability blog, allowing users the chance to learn even more of how their values are being met by Blink so they can work together. Though, as you can see on this screen, things get a little busy with all this going on. So one other lesson we learned from Blink is less clutter. We want to have some white space so we can have that clean look that Rebolet is looking for. So now moving on to the comparative analysis. These are those indirect competitors that Merrick mentioned earlier. Some you can see are still in e-commerce, but they're going to have a different kind of business model, product line, and some of them are really quite divergent from the classic e-commerce space, but have a similar feature or function that we could learn from. So here we're going to dive into Nike for a moment. Nike takes sustainability to a whole new level. They show us that it's not enough to just have a strong brand and a good product. You need to show your users what you stand for. So on their site, they actually have a whole separate site for their Nike purpose. And that includes more than their move to zero sustainability efforts. It includes their equity efforts, their social justice efforts, their initiatives to get sports to everybody's. So while it might be a little bit grand for Rebolet to emulate Nike at this stage of their development, it's a great indication of where they can go and aspirations for the future, building that trust and value with their users. One other I'd like to show you very quickly is Kayak. If you're not familiar with Kayak, Kayak is a repository for discounts and deals in the travel space. So one thing they do incredibly well is their handling of the account and the functions they give their users. Here you can see they give their users the ability to set price alerts. So users are in the driver's seat controlling what they want to see that pulls them back to the site. So it's organic, natural, user-driven loop, getting them back to the site to purchase more, but purchase exactly what they're looking for. And they set the alerts and the conditions for that function. Furthermore, they give their users the ability to flag favorite brands. In this case, of course, airlines and hotels, but Rebolet could use a similar sort of function to help users curate their homepage, what they see in the shop, and again, those preferences and alerts, letting them know when new things that they like, that they're watching, are showing up on the site. A nice way to make that limited revolving stock a plus instead of a minus. One other thing that Kayak does beautifully is their friendly voice and tone throughout the site. Once you log in, the account immediately welcomes you back as a user. You don't feel like you're logging into a sterile site. It's a friend welcoming you home. Furthermore, they use that familiar tone to even have a little fun, maybe adding a little tongue-in-cheek joke as they remind their users to practice safe travel. Now that we've talked around our users, let's actually talk to our users. And for that, I'm going to pass it off to Clay to discuss user interviews.